Hi you guys, it's Karen with Love Your Land, and I sure hope I'm not in this video because I keep putting this off. You're going to be able to tell here in a minute that I've really been putting it off. Backfilling these guys because I want to do it on video, but I keep not having time to like get ready and do it actually in the video. So let me just show you what we've got going on here. So I could have backfilled these guys. I mean, I could transplant them actually. I could have done this a week and a half ago, but again, I didn't have time. So I'm just going to do it now real quick, but I also want to show you there's two things here. I could transplant this very easily into another pot, a bigger pot, right now. However, it's because I haven't backfilled it yet, it's still pretty flimsy. And also this is way quicker to just do it this way, so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to show you how much faster it is to just do this, and it's, again, I'm basically getting the same effect as if I transplanted it. So it's going to sturdy it up a little. I mean, this guy's pretty gangly right now, but it's going to sturdy it up, and it's going to start to thicken that stem so that when it's time to, when he really needs to go into a different pot, he'll be in really good shape. So all I'm doing is just adding soil, my potting mix, I should say, into these little pots, patting it down a little bit, and that's it. You see how much faster this is than if I were to get another pot, you know, and all the other soil, the additional soil that I would need. I don't really need to give them that much more soil just yet, although I could. So that's what I'm trying to say is really this is a good thing to do. For example, if you're in my situation where I really don't have time to transplant them into bigger pots, but I can still give them this benefit. So either way, and again, I'm not going to be pulling this guy out and handling his root system and all that jazz. Well, I can see the roots down there in this one. This pot's broken. Uh-oh. So if you have if you're pressed for time or you're pressed for space, yeah, actually that's another part of why I'm doing it this way. I don't really have, I have kind of two growing operations going on in my grow space. One is microgreens and one is my regular plants. And the microgreens are really taking up a lot of real estate right now, and until I have time to get them down in the basement where I have another whole grow operation being set up, these guys are going to have to live up here. And so this way they only take up about, 2 square feet in my grow space for the time being, as opposed to, what? I don't even know. This is like 20 plants. So that would be a whole, like 2 racks, basically. That they would be, the space they would be, I don't have 2 racks available for them right now until I get the microgreen operation all set up downstairs. So these guys will be just perfectly fine for a little longer in these little pots. Whoops. And I'll feel better knowing that they're sturdied up. Also, I forgot to mention this. This is my seed starting mix, my potting mix. This is what I use inside the whole time. And it's, you already know this, a lot of you, sterile soil mixed with coir. And the soil has some vermiculite in it that my garden center puts in. So I put, this was 2 gallons of soil in this container here. And then I added about 6 hearty tablespoons of trifecta into it before I went on camera here. Pre-moisten the soil a bit. And yeah, so not only are they getting the effect of being transplanted, they're also getting fed right now. And they definitely need to be fed at this point. I mean, these are the seed leaves that are going to fall off. I don't even know what they're so far past the second set of true leaves here. And once they get to that point, they really, really need to be fed. Uh-oh, that was a dud. So I wish I knew how many minutes we were at here, because I'm kind of curious. I mean, I guess we'll all find out in the end how long this took. And yeah, so again, if you're tight on space, tight on time, whatever, you can do this. And it obviously is very quick and very easy. I'm just shoving potting mix in there and patting it down a little bit. And they're gonna be really happy. These are all orange Russolini, by the way. Some of you probably would have assumed, given my obsession with this variety. But keep in mind, this whole thing I'm doing is totally temporary. I'm gonna guess I'm gonna have to actually truly transplant these guys. Not much past 2 weeks from now. But within 2 weeks, I'll definitely have my microgreen situation downstairs, and I will have the space. I'll have my lights. I only have 2 lights still up here in these grow racks, and I need I need them on multiple levels now, because if I'm gonna have pots, big pots, not these, then they're gonna need the space. They're gonna need more lighting. So, but within 2 weeks, I should have all that. Easy there, little guy. I should have all that shored up. And this little sad, wimpy guy. And then I'll be able to, I'll have space for them to pot them up, and they'll have the lights. It's hard for me to like talk and do things at the same time, if you hadn't noticed. And the last tomato. That was it. I mean, this was pretty fast, wouldn't you say? I mean, you could do this like, come home for lunch and do this real quick while you're working. And these are peppers. I don't even know what kind they are. Oh, I do. I don't know how to say it though. But they're just, oh, we'll give them some more soil too. They're just taking their sweet time for whatever reason. I mean, peppers do take longer, but these guys, I've been in here for longer than the tomatoes, probably by a couple of weeks. And they're just like, doo-doo-doo. They're also really wet, so there's probably more, they're probably a little overwatered. But anyway, ta-da! I am done. Now these guys are still a little floppy and, whatever, but they're gonna sturdy up just from doing this, and then they're also going to sturdy up in a couple weeks when I actually put them in bigger pots, and then there'll be gigantic hedges outside in a couple of months. So that's it for now. If you have any questions, post a comment below, or go over to Facebook and ask me there, and I will answer you. And hope you're having a good Saturday. See ya.